Hello and welcome to Red Flags with Karen. I had the best intentions to have this critique by the weekend, which it now is. There's the licensing, but pretty soon into it, I realised I needed help. So, through treaty, the Victorian Government will continue to build understanding and respect of the intersection between Aboriginal and queer cultures to benefit all Victorians. And the sister girls and brother boys. So, what I chose to do, Eddie, was phone a friend. And so I phoned a friend who lives in Northern Australia and is Aboriginal and lectures in stuff like that. And I asked her what this means, and she told me to check the references. And spoiler, there's no reference to this in the references. Some data and research mentioned in this document is limited because it does not always account for the experiences of people with an intersex variation. For this reason, we sometimes use the term LGBT plus to reflect the research limitations. Hmm. So I'm on page 46. People with intersex variations. This is interesting. An umbrella term for people born with natural variations to sex characteristics. Da 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 da. Most people with intersex variations are cisgender and identify as male or female. And also, most gay and lesbian people consider themselves to be cisgender and identify as male or female. So, this is just an interesting bit of, how can I put it, activist propaganda. Well, I don't know if this person's an activist at all. This is a public post on Facebook, and I should have clicked more before I took the screenshot. Queer means anyone who falls under the LGBT plus, um, who aren't straight and cisgender. There you go. That's what. Personally, I don't like identifying as. I like identifying, sorry, as queer because I don't like immediately stating my sexuality and gender expression. But she likes to identify herself as queer. So then you got to ask a second question, isn't it? Anyway, don't make jokes. It's probably a very nice person, or like I said, it's an activist. Anyway, back to what I was supposed to be doing. Next page down, the references. First one, 2006. It's a bit old. It's a journal. How's this for things moving fast? 2016, gender-specific health implications for minority stress among lesbians and gay men. Oh, well, they've fixed that now, haven't they? Because they get these things set up in the schools so that can identify the kids early enough so that they can trans them. What? You're attracted to the same sex? You must be trans. Okay, what else have we got? Research matters. Rainbow Health Victoria, Melbourne. State government. La Trobe University, La Trobe University, La Trobe University, La Trobe University. And that's what they've based all this on. Or where we'll find it all if we go and look at these documents. Oh, well, they did say up above that the data was limited. Anyway, where am I? On page 11. 1.8% identify as being gay, 2.8% identify as being bisexual. Then there's a line, and 1.1% identify as being transgender, gender diverse, queer, pansexual, asexual, or having an intersex variation. You do not identify as having. You've either got one or you haven't. Anyway, another page I want to look at. I'm on page 15 and I'm checking out the key discrimination, harassment and violence statistics. So 58% of LGBT Victorians have faced unfair treatment because of their sexual orientation. Yes, that is true. An example of that is lesbians are not allowed to host an event that excludes trans women or trans lesbians. So lesbians are getting discriminated against. Yes, definitely. That's a thing. I've seen that. Rightio. Second one, 77% faced unfair treatment based on their gender identity. So, trans women wanting to play in women's sports. That's a good example of that one. Wanting to go into women's women's bathrooms and stuff like that, and people going, no, you've got a beard, get out. That's unfair treatment, isn't it? Right. The next one, from their families. So leave your family and come and join the rainbow community. Right, social exclusion. Because they feel socially excluded, they need to have their own events like drag queen story time and queer events that exclude heterosexual people. Oh, and the what do they call you? Cis homosexuals and intersex people who identify as being male or female. So the queer people are having an event called Frolic Festival, and the only artists that are allowed to be in it have to be queer. So that's how they're going to be inclusive, by excluding heterosexual people and gay people and intersex people. Anyway, what have we got next? Face verbal abuse. Yes, I have seen trans activists hurling abuse at lesbians. Definitely. Faced harassment such as being spat on. Well, that's an assault, so there'd be a police record that comes with that one. Or offensive gestures. Wow, that's a big jump from an assault to an offensive gesture, which I know is dirty looks, according to some of the other stuff. Now, this one's a lot of information in a small box. We want to look into that maybe. Because like I said, don't understand that quite. 3.4 suffered physical assault with a attack or assault with a weapon. Yes, I know of that. One of the trans activists attacked a lesbian up here who was, campaigning for not having men in the toilets. Old lady too. Attacked her with a plaster cast. She had a plaster cast on her arm, and she physically attacked her with that, and the old lady ended up in hospital. Anyway, they experience high rates of intimate and partner violence. So what? Higher than what? Just high. Okay. They report being in an intimate relationship where they faced abuse. Oh, well, that makes sense. Um, a lot of trans women want to be with men, like they're not all lesbians, and a lot of straight biological men don't want to be with a biological male, no matter how stunning and beautiful they are, as presenting as a woman. So, what unfortunately happens to a lot of the trans community in the dating world is they attract tranny chasers who are just there for a bonk. They don't want to have a relationship with them, and sometimes that can end violently. It's a bit of a dark place. And then we're back to abuse from a family member. Well, just dump your family, come join the rainbow community. Find you a rainbow family. My mother tells this story of the Christmas I learnt to talk, and she told me to go to bed because Santa was coming, and I told her not to be stupid because he works at the shops. So, like, I don't cope with the non-binary stuff at all. Um, I was raised as a Christian, and Jesus I'm cool with, but the supernatural stuff I'm not. I just failed. So the non-binary people, same thing. Like, it's not real. Stop it. Don't be silly. Page 39, increase diverse LGBT. IQA plus representation on Victorian Government boards. So this is how it gets in so quick. Continue the work of the Commissioner to advocate for this organisation. This organisation that has a strategy of the infographics. Anyway, rainbow tick. I've been trying to find out about this, haven't I? So, it's a non-for-profit organisation. They discussed this at Ballarat Council meeting when the Labor and Greens put this into council as with the inclusion plan and all that. Blah blah blah. They talked about this like it was an infomercial. Please tell me, trans activist who's come here to talk about why you need this what is it? Committee and inclusion plan. And yes, I will tell you all about the Rainbow Tick Accreditation Program. And this is it. There we go. Someone's got funding for it. There you go. That's what it's all about. And this is what it looks like in the shops. They get a sticker to put on their window. Anyway, that's hitting my brain. So I'm going to go and put the kettle on and I'll get back to some more of it next time. See you later. Bye.